The WNBA is back, and what better way to start the season than with Caitlin Clark versus Angel Reese, their first showdown since the 2023 college title game. Since then, Clark has had the upper hand, but Angel is clearly desperate to flip the script. This game had everything. Logo threes, missed wide-open layups, and serious tension between the two stars. The Indiana Fever hosted the Chicago Sky, so let's break it all down. First play of the game, South Carolina teammates tipped. Off. Cardoso won it. Ran the floor, and Ariel Atkins found her under the basket for the first points of the season. Indiana's off-season moves paid off immediately. The Sky hedged the play with Nurse switching onto Clark, aving Natasha Howard with a mismatch on the smaller Courtney Vandersloot. Clark gave it up. Aaliyah Boston pulled Cardoso out of the paint with a pop-out, creating space for Howard to post up, receive the entry pass from Bonner, and score. Contrary to popular belief, Angel Reese has been putting in the work this summer. She took it at the top of the key, showed off her improved handle with a slick hesitation move, and barreled into the paint and finished through contact. Classic Angel being unapologetically aggressive. But speaking of players at their best, few do it like Caitlin Clark when she's hot. She responded instantly, sprinted up the floor, and launched a bomb from the logo money. The fieldhouse erupted. Fever played at a pace Chicago couldn't match. Angel bricked a three, and within seconds, Indiana was in transition. Kelsey Mitchell, arguably the fastest player in the league, burst down court, split the defense, and finished off the glass at full speed. That's why she's a two-time All-Star. Chicago focused their rebuild around their bigs, and the chemistry was obvious. Vandersloot circled the baseline, passed high to Camila, who dished low to Angel, who powered through Kelsey for an easy two. But scoring on Aaliyah Boston isn't so easy. Reese tried to fake her out in the paint, but Boston stood firm and blocked the shot, her 100th career WNBA block. The Fever fell asleep defensively on the next play, and Nurse hit a jumper off the inbound. But Clark pushed it right back, trying to go coast to coast, missed, and wanted a foul she didn't get. Angel snatched the rebound and launched a Jokic-like full court pass to Nurse, who found Vandersloot for an easy layup. That gave the Sky an early lead, but it didn't last. Mitchell Iverson cut off the ball, sidestepped into a three, and drained it. With 5 quick points, the W's most dangerous scoring guard was heating up. Chicago kept pace, though Rebecca Allen drove, kicked to Atkins in the corner for a three, then got a bucket herself by banking one over 2 defenders. Natasha Howard's impact was everywhere. She drove hard, missed the first shot, but didn't give up. She stripped Atkins, bullied her way back inside, and scored. Then she posted up and scored again with a push shot over the left shoulder, taking her early tally to 8 points. She was causing major problems inside, and with all the defensive attention, Kelsey Mitchell got loose on the perimeter. Howard cut as a decoy, Bonner swung it out, and Mitchell drilled a Cat-Chan shoot three. She was up to 8 points without missing a shot. Then came the highlight reel. Mitchell toyed with Williams, crossed her up, hopped past Angel Reese, and nearly pulled off one of the plays of the season before being fouled. She split a pair at the line. Final play of the first quarter, Fever gave it to the hot hand Mitchell again. She drove, missed, and the Sky got the rebound. Angel Reese sprinted down the floor with Clark chasing. Had a clear path and the height advantage, but missed a wide-open right-hand layup at the buzzer. Some things never change. Fever led by 5 after 1. Second quarter opened with Rachel Banham pulling up off the dribble and drilling a deep three. Then Sydney Colson drove baseline, was blocked, but Lexi Hull cleaned it up for the putback. Hull kept the energy going, found Clark on the break, and Clark delivered a laser bounce pass for another Hull layup. Lexi was everywhere, deflecting passes, disrupting plays, and hustling hard. After one steal, Clark went coast to coast, but Williams came flying in for a chase-down block. The Fever dared Angel to shoot, giving her the Ben Simmons treatment. But Reese silenced the doubters, draining a triple from the top of the key, just the 4th of her career. Then came a reminder of why Indiana signed 37-year-old DeWanna Bonner. Angel crossed left, but Bonner read it perfectly, picked her pocket, and finished easily at the rim. Aaliyah Boston finally got into the action. Running a pick and roll with Clark, Chicago blitzed the screen. Clark read it. Found Boston, and Boston faked out her college teammates so bad, she might need a ticket to get back in. Classic pump. Fake. One dribble. Easy finish. Everyone on Indiana was feasting, and Clark, who'd been quiet, finally turned it up. She came off a screen, stopped on a dime, shook Atkins at the foul line, and hit a wide-open mid-range jumper. Chicago ran a pick and roll with Vandersloot and Angel. The 7-time assist leader found Reese on the roll, who dumped it off too. Camila for an easy short jumper. Great chemistry between the bigs. The Fever kept pushing. Bonner hit Howard on the break, who bodied Vandersloot and scored with ease. Indiana's pick and roll was unstoppable. Clark passed to Boston, relocated, got it back, then returned the favor. And Abe stepped out to hit a jumper, proving why they're the W's most dangerous one to punch. Indiana's largest lead stretched. 2-11. Angel threw a wild pass, but Vandersloot saved it. And Angel zipped a pass to Michaela for what looked like an assist until Boston recovered and swatted it for her third block. Off the inbound, Indiana faked their usual Clark handoff. Play Boston kept it, drove all the way in, and scored. Genius improvisation. The sky had gone ice cold, desperate for a big shot. And finally got one. Michaela screened Allen open for a Kachan shoot 3. Then Nurse. One-on-one in the post with Caitlin, she does well to hold her ground. Forcing the taller Nurse to settle for a fadeaway, but she gets the shooter's roll and scores. I can't say enough about Aaliyah Boston in this second quarter. Kelsey Mitchell tries a heat check 3 and misses. But watch how Boston boxes out Williams, grabs the board, scores the putback, and draws the foul for the and one. Then Rebecca Allen drives and finishes with a soft touch over Boston. Final. Possession of the half. Everyone knows what's coming. Caitlin Clark drains the clock, goes left, steps back, and buries a signature 3 over Kia Nurse with just a second remaining. Clark heads into the half with 12 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, and 3 blocks. Angel Reese does her part too, keeping Chicago in it with 7 points and 9 rebounds. The first half lived up to all the hype, and the second half is even crazier. Starts with Clark hitting Boston, who kicks it to Mitchell, who drives. Baseline, draws Angel, and drops it off to Howard for the left-handed finish. Angel opens the half aggressive, powering through contact for 2, and screaming for the and one, but no whistle. Indiana leads by 15, and the game is slipping away. From Chicago, Ariel Atkins hits a much-needed 3 to stop the bleeding. Then comes a moment of beauty. Clark runs the pick and roll, spins away from pressure, fakes a deep 3, and threads a perfect bounce pass behind Angel to Howard for the reverse. Sometimes it feels like Clark might be an even better passer than a shooter. Boston and Cardoso go head-to-head. Boston rolls off a screen from Clark, fakes out Camila, and scores inside. Down the other end, Angel tries to muscle in on Howard, misses twice, grabs 2 offensive boards, but Clark strips the ball on the 3rd attempt. Angel pleads for a foul, but gets nothing. Clark, in isolation on the wing against Vandersloot, dances, drives, steps back, and hits a smooth jumper, turning to the crowd with a cheeky grin. Then comes the viral moment. Becca misses a 3. Angel pushes off Howard to grab the rebound, and Clark looks to the ref for a call. Angel goes up, and Clark meets her with physical contact, sending her to the floor and staring her down. Angel jumps up and charges at Clark, and it all kicks off. Teammates and coaches rush in to separate them. Clark walks off cool as ever. Technically, it was a smart foul. Clark stopped an easy layup and sent Reese to the line, but she also made a statement. Reese and Boston both get technicals, and Clark gets hit with a flagrant. The crowd roars when Angel misses her first free throw, justifying Clark's tactical foul. Vandersloot, known for her passing, reminds everyone she can score 2, blowing by Mitchell and finishing through contact for the and one. Meanwhile, Boston is adding new wrinkles to her game. Late in the shot clock, Clark and Boston run pick and roll. At this time, Aaliyah pops out instead of rolling and drills her first 3 of the year. They go back to Clark dishes to Boston, who powers through inside for another bucket, capping an 8-0 Fever run and putting them up 20 entering the fourth. Clark is on triple-double watch with 14 points, 8 rebounds, and 7 assists. She crosses half court, pulls up from deep Caitlin Curry range, and drills it. On the next play, she intercepts a pass and hits Mitchell for a fast break. Layup. Angel isn't done. She pushes past Caitlin for a tough layup off the glass. The Clark-Boston connection keeps humming. Clark hits Aaliyah at the foul line. Gets it back. Returns it. Then splits a double team with a slick bounce pass to Boston for the bucket. Clark's 10th assist. Then comes one of the most ridiculous plays of the night. Clark isolates against Cardoso, could drive, but instead calmly pulls up from deep over the 6 feet 8 inches defender and hits another three. It's a masterclass. With just under 6 minutes left and Clark on the bench, the Fever offense keeps rolling. Boston plays point forward, hits Mitchell cutting, and despite a slightly off pass, Kelsey finishes from the middle of the lane. Indiana leads by nearly 30, but they're not letting up. Boston swats 3 shots in quick succession, and Mitchell cuts backdoor for a reverse layup off a Howard assist. With 4 minutes left, rookie Hailey Van Lith checks in for her WNBA debut. Banham buries a 3 over Clark. And then comes a milestone. Moment Duana Bonner hits a free throw to tie, and then surpassed Tina Thompson for 3rd on the WNBA's all-time scoring list, subbing out to a standing ovation. Then Hailey Van Lith isolates Clark, no doubt remembering that 40-point Elite 8 beatdown, and gets some revenge, hitting a floater in the lane for her first career WNBA points. But Clark isn't done. Goes behind the back, pulls up from deep on Van Lith, misses, but Lexi Hall scores the putback. Finally, after a missed sky 3, Clark grabs her 10th rebound, securing her first WNBA triple-double, 20 points, 10 rebounds, 10 assists. She checks out with the job done. Having dismantled Angel Reese in the sky in a 93-58 Fever blowout win, Boston finishes with 19 points and 13 rebounds. Hull nearly posts a double-double with 9 and 9, while Mitchell and Howard chip in 15 each. Angel Reese ends with 12 points and 17 boards, a strong individual effort in an otherwise embarrassing loss. The Fevers start their season in dominant fashion, defending home court in style. If you enjoyed this breakdown, support real contents, subscribe, turn on notifications, and stay locked in. This is DKM signing out. Peace.